What's up? My name's Sintra. I stream on weekdays from 11 a.m. to usually 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I stream on Twitch, and lately I've been playing a lot of Black Desert Online. If you're like me and are a returning player from a few years ago, you might need a refresher on how to play the game, or you might be into BDO somehow and are wanting to learn how to play the game, get a gist of how to play the game. So that's what I'm doing here today, which I'm going to show you how to make money, how to level your character, what characters to play, what bosses to fight, and kind of the general idea of how to play Black Desert Online without wasting all your time, because this game can totally dry your time. Okay, so first off, picking your character in BDO, it could be the easiest or it could be the hardest. So here we are at the start screen. If I were you, before you even fucking get here, you would want to turn down all your fucking music, because if you don't and you're a brand new player, you're gonna be stuck with this. Yeah, so don't fucking destroy your ears. Cool. So playing and starting BDO can be as simple as just picking an obvious server, picking a character you like. My recommendation is that you play Sage. Sage is the newest character. He came out a month ago now. Sage is super AoE based. He can take out tons of monsters at once, and his awakening is just as broken as his fucking main weapon. For this video, I'm going to be picking Shy. Character customization can be as simple as just, you know, fucking changing the face, the body, the hair. Pretty important. So one of the big things about BDO is your horoscope. What they do is probably what you're wondering, and the answer to that is absolutely nothing. They change how you talk to NPCs and how NPCs respond to you. To be honest, I don't think that stops you from accomplishing anything. So yeah, I don't really give a fuck. After you make your family name, create a character name. So I'm gonna go with DN. Once you're here, you made your character. This is my character list. I don't recommend you know, yeah, anyways, so once you create your character, you go to the selection, you enter. If you clicked Olivia 1, that's the one that I'd recommend doing.
Sir, that's what we do. Watch Pornhub.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I think I just orgasmed and fucking burped at the same time. Anyways, can this game load any fucking slower? Okay, once you're here, the game's gonna show you some fucking thing. I honestly don't keep up with the lore, so if the lore is one of your things, then go crazy. I honestly don't care. So immediately hopping into this game, you get thrown into what is called like the starter area of the game. You'll come here a lot, especially if you make a ton of characters like I do. A big important thing about this game is there's two main features to this game: pressing control and not pressing control. Pressing control allows you to interact with your UI. So for example, clicking control on chats will allow you to change through chats, and will also allow you to click your quests and all your extra stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. Not pressing control will allow you to control your character and do various abilities with it. The game is pretty good at giving you bonuses and rewards just for playing the game at all. So one of the big important things is accessing your Black Spirit safe. So for example, you get free silver and rewards. I mean, who doesn't like that? It just takes time out of playing the game. So from here, you pretty much just open Black Spirit. You talk to your Black Spirit. He's gonna give you a quest. Now, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna skip through this and talk to all this. While this is getting sped up, feel free to swing by twitch.tv/Sintra. I stream every weekday and sometimes weekends. Feel free to ask me questions there and ask for help, and I'll be sure to help you. Okay, cool. So after you talk to the giant cube thing, and you get the cinematic, you want to run outside the cave. Oh my god, how long is this fucking cave? Is that why we get a speed boost? Cool. So right now is where I recommend it. So I'm gonna start with leveling. The way how this game works is you have two different types of variables. You have your level base, which is right here at the top left. So right now my current level is 5, and I'm 64% done with level 5. As you progress in the game, it becomes increasingly more difficult to level up in the game and kind of go on from there. The hard cap is 56, which is the same level where you get Awaken. You can keep going after that, but I like to think that it multiplies by 4 every single time. It kind of makes sense. So what I like to do now is add a friend. If you're playing with friends, this is going to be increasingly easy to do. I'm sure you could LFG it somewhere. I'm not big on LFG, so I just have people that I can add. So my friend Nate here, you want to say hi to them, Nate?
Hello.
Nate is going to help me level this character all the way up to Awakening in less than an hour, maybe, just by looping around killing AP based enemies and not level based enemies. And yeah, so right now where we're going is this place called Garrison. Garrison is a fortress filled with a bunch of guards, so it's the Suzanne Garrison. Now this is where you're gonna level in pretty much like less than an hour. The reason for it being one of the lower AP areas and one of the easiest ways to level up. So at the time of this video, you're probably going to be watching this during summer since nobody plays after summer. So you press control, go to your Pearl shop. Now your Pearl shop is pretty much where your money goes to like get ripped because everyone spends money in this game. But you don't need to spend money for this tactic. So right now there's an ongoing event in loyalties where you use this right here, which is a combat and skill EXP for 530% like bonus. So what you do is you buy it using LP. So you should get 200 LP just for playing past 15-30 minutes, I think. So it shouldn't be that much of a problem. You'll gain it naturally without having to spend money or spending tons and tons of hours into the game. You buy 1. You could choose to buy 2 if maybe you don't use the full combat scroll, but you buy 1 and you're gonna want to make your way towards Garrison. So if you're looking at the map, this is where you spawn, and right here to the right you want to click Garrison. If you're a new player, you should notice that everything's foggy and you don't actually have access to Garrison. Honestly, you could just wing it. Just right click somewhere around here. It'll create a waypoint and all you can do is auto run. So if you don't know how to auto run, you just press T and your character will disarm itself and auto run to the waypoint. I'm gonna go stop at Velia, which is one of the first cities that you have to go to in the campaign. I'm going to buy armor using money that I've had on my previous accounts, and then I'll go from there. Cool. So if you're in the part of the tutorial where you want to learn how to make money and basically use the marketplace in general, the way it works is you open your central market. The warehouse balance is the money that you currently have. Your warehouse is where you currently store items, so then you can sell them, save them sometimes, or kind of just see if they ever fluctuate in value. So for example, these are all items that I have sold, and I can collect the money from. So I just collect all, and then I collect the money for selling them. So let's say I want to sell memory fragments, which if you're in later game, you don't want to, but the way it works is the listed price, and orders are orders that are instant sell. So for example, if I wanted to buy, let's say 20 memory fragments at this price, so I could outbuy whoever this is, I could list 20 orders at a million or 1.8 million essentially, and someone could either sell them to me or I could never sell. This being memory fragments and how much they sell frequently, it is pretty fast for me to sell them. So yeah, I'm gonna quick sell these 2 memory fragments to show an example. So I sell them and I get the money for it. Pretty simple. Now when buying your armor, it can go different ways. What I like to recommend is just buying the basics off BDO Foundry. So if you don't know what BDO Foundry is, BDO Foundry is probably one of the easiest websites, or BD Foundry, sorry. to kind of like know like just basic guides and stuff. So I know nothing about this character that I just made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in and see what other people are using for this class. So right here is BD Foundry. So it tells you about in the introduction to Shy, kind of some lore, how to use her skills, and the general idea of how she's used in combat, both PvP, PvE, and bosses. So it'll tell you your primary weapons. For example, it'll tell you to use Rosar, which is a type of that weapon, while the best one for that class being the Black Star Floor Ring, which is probably unlikely if you're a new player for you to obtain that. And then your offhand weapons. So for example, I'm going to scroll down and it'll say a popular choice of armor is to go full Gruntle set. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So for example, I'm going to go to my helmet and buy a Gruntle. Now, I'd never recommend buying green armor unless you're kind of experienced on how to use it. Green armor typically doesn't have any effects or low effects compared to blue armor, but there's never really accessibility to giving or to obtaining a ton of money to buy a full set of blue armor. That's what I recommend, is unless you have to, buy green armor. If you don't have to, then to be honest, I would save for blue armor. So I'm gonna buy Gruntle plus 10. And if you don't know what I'm doing right now, all I'm doing is I'm going around picking all the Gruntle armor, and then see how there's levels to upgrading. So there's a base level, a plus 6, a plus 10, plus 13, pre, duo, tri, tet, pen. These are all going to be explained in this next segment, where I talk about AP, DP, and how to level. Another segment that you should probably take into consideration is getting rings, necklaces, earrings, and belts. So I'd recommend buying anything that BD Foundry tells you how to use. I kind of know a gist of what I need for this character, it being mana based. But yeah, you want to buy 2 rings, 1 necklace, 2 earrings, and 1 belt. So you want to move it all into your inventory. You want to right click on all the pieces of the armor. Cool. And once you have it all equipped, you should be good. Now, one thing that you may have noticed while doing this is that it increases your AP and your DP. So your attack points is the amount of damage you concurrently are doing. Your defense points is the stats on PvE/PvE. So yeah, basically the higher the AP, the better. Most of you will probably cap out around like 310. Same thing goes for defense. Once you awaken, which is a brand new set of abilities at level 56, you'll be able to increase your AP. But for the gist of this video, we want to do it without spending a shit ton of money, and kind of going straight into Oasis gear, which is what a lot of you guys are going to do anyways. So what you want to do is you want to go to your teammate, your friend, whoever it may be. You want to walk into garrison without getting shot, assuming that your teammate is higher level. So right now you can see on the top left, Nate is level 58. In a high level area like this that isn't level based and just AP based, you should be able to gain levels without having to kill anything, just staying close. So the idea is that the Wi-Fi bars next to your teammate's name are always at 4 and never at 1 or 2 or 3. So Nate will kill this character, and I got XP for that, as you saw. So now what you want to do is, using that combat XP that you got, you want to use it by right clicking, entering yes. And if you have any XP boosts like this, you want to use them at level 15. So once I hit level 15, I'm going to pop that. And yeah. So there we go. Leveling. Leveled again. And we leveled a couple times actually. where I'm already at level 14. 15. 16. 17. And so on. Keep in mind, one of the things that you want to do is just stay alive. If you die, your teammate's gonna have to come get you. You're gonna have to respawn to the closest safe zone and then walk all the way back here. If you die, no biggie. It won't take that long to get here. But for this to take as little as possible and get to awaken faster, you want to just stay alive while your teammate does all the work for you. It might seem kind of tempting to want to help your teammate kill stuff, but in the process you're probably going to die until you hit around level 53. So that's my recommendation, is just staying close and let him protect you.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so when you hit level 50, you'll notice that you can't actually hit level 50 because it'll be permanently stuck at 49 out of 100. So what you want to do is, first off, you want to get out of harm's way. So I'm going to get away from here for a little bit. And then I'm going to get over here. Talk to my black spirit. My black spirit will have a quest. Sadly, I don't play this kid. I play Hashin Shin. How do you say it? Nate?
Assassin?
Hashin?
Really just assassin, but with an H.
Assassin? Yeah, I play that one too. Badass character. Fucking, you picked a good character. Okay. So you want to talk to your black spirit. You're gonna go not here. You're gonna talk to. You want to do the quest called. It'll literally have level 50, so it'll be 2 level 50. Go beyond your own limits. You're gonna pick up that character quest. Press I. You're gonna use the clear memory piece. After you use it, you're gonna talk to your black spirit again, and you should be good. Now, if Nate kills another character, now I should really be level 50. And there I go. It's gonna give you this again when you hit level 56. So once you hit level 56, it's gonna give you another quest, and based on whatever your character's name is, so let's say you're a wizard, it's gonna be Wizard Ascension, and then after that it'll give you Wizard Awakening, and that's for obviously your awakening quest.
We're stuck right
Yeah.
now. It's in between Oasis and New Gear.
The idea is that you switch out of Oasis, or what you could do is what I'm doing, and instead of buying armor that you should be, you could buy really expensive armor if you know you're gonna dedicate time to the game, and just go straight for the high tier loot. Now if you're not confident in that, I'd recommend just switching out your Oasis gear for gear that's slightly better, and then just going slowly through that. Now I don't like playing one character. I like playing all my characters, so right now I'm in the process of awakening all of them. But yeah, so now that you're level 56, like I am right now, the idea is that you go to your nearest town. For the sake of this video, I'm going to go to Altanova. Actually, no, I'll go to Velia. So actually I'm gonna die, let myself die here. Cool. And I'm gonna go to the nearest town, which probably won't be Velia, but to the town of Altanova. There's one in Velia that I know about. You can definitely look it up. It shouldn't be that hard. The person you're looking for is this wizard, and I don't know the name off the top of my head, but
Like
it's
Ollie
called,
or some shit
yeah.
like that.
The idea is that you look for the Oasis Vendor. Now what the Oasis is during summer there's an event called Oasis that basically allows you to obtain high tier weapons and armor and stuff at the cost of being suppressed. So you don't permanently get to keep them, but you do get to use them until the event is over. Much like the EXP 530 boost that you're using right now. So at the bottom right or bottom left, you'll see my little effect for my boost take effect. The Oasis is another event that you can definitely take advantage of, which will allow you to raise your AP and DP by a lot without actually having to spend any money of yours or farm out any, areas of the map. You can just go straight into getting Oasis. And the benefit from it is going into high tier areas faster and not spending your time doing lower tiers that give lower XP. So now that you get to Altanova or wherever you found your Oasis, you want to talk to the Oasis vendor. And the reason you want to hit level 56 is that's the base requirement for using the Oasis gear. So actually I'm going to clear my inventory a little bit. Throwing this away. And this. And that. So once you clear some spots, you want to buy some of these gears. Oh, I still didn't even give enough room to myself. Once you get all 4 of these, pretty simple, you just right click them. And it gives you the defense. So you get to use the Oasis, which it will increase my DP by 40. This will increase by 44, 29, and 46, which makes my DP go up to 268. If you bought armor like I did, don't worry, you don't actually lose anything. You can just sell it back into the market just by fixing them. So I'm going to do the same thing for my awakening weapon, same thing for my substitute. So I'm going to use that and go back to this and then use that. Now my AP goes directly up to 193, and I can keep increasing it by using better earrings, better rings, better necklace, etc. So yeah, depending on which way you want to go, you can go either increasing your AP by buying rings, buying necklaces, and buying belts and earrings, or you can increase by buying better armor than the Oasis and going directly into that. So yeah, once you have your Oasis gear, you should be set pretty much to do whatever you want. So I normally like fighting world bosses, so my idea is going to fight world bosses to get raid loot. A lot of people will go instantly into just more grinding, so they can reach level 60, join guilds. People will go into farming. You can go into higher tier farming that will allow you to do better like loops where you can get more loot, more money, more kills, more EXP. So yeah. Cool. Now the last thing I want to talk about is getting awakened. So once you get awakened, you'll be able to access the awakening slot skills. So it'll be pretty simple from here. The way it works is you use your skill points. So if you press K, it will pop up this menu where it basically shows you all the moves. So for example, if I wanted to use this move, I would have to use a quick slot ability. If I wanted to use this move, it tells me right here, I would have to use Shift F. So it's pretty simple on how to use your abilities. You probably didn't use them if you had a teammate helping you around. So it is pretty useful now knowing them. Same thing goes for awakening. So once I get awakened, I can use these abilities just by pressing Shift E. Now, once again, to access this quest, you want to go to your Black Spirit, you want to go to Quest, and you want to go your Awakening. It's whatever the name of your character is, and then Awakening, and then all you do is start it, and it'll go straight into it. Once you complete this quest, you'll be able to do damage, which is the most important part, and you won't get one shot because of your DP. You'll be able to get your awakening and then experience the game however you want. Yeah. Is there anything else I'm missing, Nate?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. We talked about market, where to go, how to level.
If you do go this route and boost your character, when you progress through the campaign, usually people sell all their shit. I would suggest keeping all the shit because it can just help with making more money if you keep those beginner blackstone armor and weapons and then upgrade that like green gear that nobody wants.
Yeah.
Until you can't, and then sell it on the market for more because it's just free money at that point.
Yeah. That's another good strategy. Yeah, for sure. So if you're doing the campaign, you're gonna get a lot of beginner rewards. You're gonna get a lot of beginner rewards just for being new to the game. So my recommendation is if you're interested in joining the game, keep all your rewards. Don't instantly try and sell it for money. A lot of those rewards are gonna be heavily sought after. For older players that can't really obtain those without farming a lot or waiting for someone to sell them on the market. So yeah, that is very good advice for sure. I think one of the bigger things that I should talk about as well is don't listen to any people in chat about boosting. Everyone has their own opinions and their own ways of leveling up. So this is just my method, which is a pretty old school method, but it is still relevant in the new BDO because of how fast you can actually just level. So yeah, once you're awakened, you can experience the campaign, you can fight bosses. You still will get tapped by Kazuraka, but it is pretty useful, not necessarily always getting one shot at 290 something DP. Yeah, other than that, my only advice is fight Kuranda a lot and fight Kazuraka. These will probably be the world bosses that you hit the most often because of the rewards that they give and how close they are to the middle. Katam is another great boss that is also really easy to beat. Yeah. Keep in mind, bosses don't spawn in Olvia servers, they only spawn in non-Olvia servers. So if you are into this game and you do want to level your characters, I'd suggest using the Olvia servers as much as you can before you lose access to them, because we lose access to them after
18
a
days.
month. Yeah. So after a month of playing the game, you lose access to Olvia servers, which is pretty understandable considering the XP boost that you get in Olvia servers. But yeah, my name's Santra. I stream on Twitch every weekday, sometimes weekends, from 11 in the morning to, I don't know, sometimes all day, sometimes 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't always play BDO, but if you ever do stop by my stream and see me playing BDO, feel free to ask me questions. I can always help people out and kind of guide them into the right direction on where to go. Hello there, Cart. But yeah, thank you for watching my first BDO guide. It's probably not going to be the last considering how much content creation is missing for BDO. But yeah, bye.